Awesome. So, hello everyone. My name is Victor Martin, and today we having and he's gonna be presenting his project, the Lucky's Games. Thank you all for staying around, and I hope you guys are enjoying the Open VC. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I've just quickly had my dinner. I thought I had half an hour extra, but obviously the schedule's been moved up. So here we are, and yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing great. I'm doing great. So let's move on. Can you please give a quick introduction about yourself and also the team working on this awesome project?
Yep, sure thing. So good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world today. My name's M, and I'm the founder and one of the core team members for Lucky's Games. So, of course, I'm here to talk to you about this project. We've been developing it for 9 months approximately, but it's now launched, it's live, and it's ready for you to start participating within. So, a little background about myself and the team. We are a collection of British individuals, and we've been in the crypto space since 2015, 2016. Our professional backgrounds, our work experience, it covers computer science, data engineering, marketing, and economics. So we're a very well-rounded team. And of course, with the skills that we come to the table with, what we're interested in building are professional projects that are economic systems that reward you for participating within them. And they generate income from utilities, from games, and provide dividends to those that participate within them. We run this like a business. It's very much a professional ecosystem. It's very well thought through. It takes a while to explain it all, so you'll have to bear with me as we walk through it. But this isn't just a meme. It's not just something that will pump 10x and then be gone the next day. We've already been live for it's 19 days now, and we intend on being around for years to come. Um, that's a nice little intro for you. So please, Victor, if you have any questions, feel free.
Sure, I do. Thank you very much for that quick intro. So in terms of milestones, I don't know if you can lead us through some top milestones you guys have achieved so far and future milestones you guys plan on achieving in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, we've already been developing this for 9 months. So there's lots of milestones that we've achieved internally, such as producing the token, the staking, creating the game, the primary flagship game that I'll walk you through in a moment. Um, there's a whole ecosystem all fully built out for you here, and we call it a perpetual passive income games ecosystem. The reason it's perpetual is because at the moment there's a 75,000x reward if you play our main game. If you win it, you get a 75,000x return right now. We're all sort of chasing 100x tokens, praying this will be the token that takes us 100x. We have a game, you could play it, you could win it today, you'd get a 75,000x. We actually have a second game, so that was a big milestone, is last week on Sunday, we launched our second game. That game is a much shorter, faster version of the main game, which I'll go into these and explain how they work in a moment. But we've already had several winners from that game. The first round winner got a 1000x. So, forget about chasing tokens that give you a 100x. We've got a game that has already paid someone a 1000x, someone else a 500x, and two people a 300x. So, we've really thought long and hard about designing games that are very rewarding to win, like extremely rewarding to win, but also games that provide you passive income, whether you participate in them or not. You can buy our token and you'll receive dividends from the games. You can participate in the games and not buy the token, and you'll still get passive income when you're participating within the games. So yeah, if I go through and start diving into the game and explaining it to you, I think it will become a lot clearer what we've developed and how it's effectively it's two codependent systems that we've already built. That's the big milestone, is we built the token and the tokenomics and designed all of that, but then we've also built a flagship game and made sure that they support one another. So yeah, that's a nice little thing for you to start there. I can go into the roadmap and the future ambitions a little later. I think it's good if we get everyone up to speed on where we are today. and I guess a few updates of what's happened since we launched, and then I'm more than happy, Victor, to go into the roadmap, as it were.
Sure, let's move in. Let's dive in.
Let's dive into it. All right, cool. So when you come to our website, it's luckies-games.com. This is the landing page. You can obviously scroll and you could read all the details if you'd like, but for the sake of the AMA, I'm obviously explaining it to you, so we don't need to go reading. If you want to start playing the games, you click the Play Games button. So I've already got the tab ready here, and now you're in Lucky. So maybe I'll put it in light mode for this demo. It seems a bit brighter and nicer for you. So what you're looking at here is our flagship game, Lucky. How does this work? Well, effectively, it's a rather straightforward lottery game, but we've embedded economic incentives throughout the entire thing. And those economic incentives ensure that there is a constant incentive. There's a constant reason to want to participate. So you can see there's a timer ticking down here at the top. This timer can never be more than 24 hours. And if it ever hits 0, the last person who's bought a ticket or a key into the game, they're the winner. The pot currently sits at 35.171 BNB. So if you bought a key, I could demonstrate that for you. So you just press the buy button, send off the transaction. I've got 1,550 free keys. Now it's 54. So I've just bought an additional key. Now, the wallet I'm on is the current round leader. If the timer ever hit 0, I'd be the winner, and I'd win 40% of what's in the pot. The cost of that key that I just bought was 0.000182 BNB. So if you do the math, it's around about 7 cents. It's an extremely small cost to be potentially the winner of, it's 14 BNB, give or take. So that's a 75,000x. I don't know if any of you would be willing to go to Binance and you sort of look at the price of what BNB is. I'd pay 7 cents for 14 BNB. That's a pretty good rate of return. It's a 75,000x. Now that's sort of the ground, the foundation of how Lucky works. But of course, like I said, so if you win, only 40% of the pot comes to you. 25% of it actually goes towards the participants. And during the game as well, that one key I just bought, 25% of it just paid and went and got distributed over all of the previous participants within this game. So you can see over here on the right, on this demo account, I've bought 1,554 keys, and I currently have 0.013 BNB here to claim. And that's from people who bought keys after me. 1,554, it's quite a small amount. It was a relatively small investment for the sake of a demo account. But you can see this number is constantly increasing. If you go back and listen to any of our other AMAs, this would have been a much smaller number, and it's growing and growing to the point that actually I don't need to win. I can earn my investment back just from others playing and jumping in and participating in this pot. Now, there's something very interesting that I have to tell you about Lucky, and it applies to our mini game as well. And that's something we call endgame. So early on, you sort of see it's 7 cents to buy a key right now. It's extremely cheap. You could buy several hundred, you could buy several thousand, you could buy 10,000 or more. And the cost is always relatively affordable. And that applies all the way up until the 25th millionth key. So, for example, it's 7 cents now. By the time it's the 25th millionth key that has been sold, it's still only $1. It's less than $1 actually, but it's approximately $1. However, once the 25th millionth key has been sold, we increase the cost of keys by 1,000x. So the 25th millionth and first key costs $1,000. Now that's extremely expensive compared to how it has been. A lot of people might sort of say, well, I can't afford that. And that's perfectly fine. You know, we've set this up in a way that it is very hard for people to participate. And that's part of the goal. Because when endgame happens, when that 25th millionth key has been sold, the pot is going to be worth $6.5 million. So $1,000 wagered to win your cut of that pot, $6.5 million, it's an extremely profitable trade to make. It's a very, very profitable gamble for you to take. And of course, at that point, the game doesn't have to end. The ambition and the ideal scenario is that we will have whales looking at this pot, people that have millions of dollars, and they're willing to spend hundreds of thousands to try and compete over this pot. So at that point, you've got whales taking turns buying these keys to try and win, and they're just competing against one another. And every time they do it, they're spending $1,000. Just to give you an idea of what happens when a key is purchased, so 40% goes to the pot, 25% goes to keys holders. So $250 of that $1,000 is just going straight to the keys holders and participants in the game. 15% goes towards our token holders. So $150 is getting distributed every time as BUSD to our token holders. If you refer someone to the game, you get 10% of what they spend, which I can show you over here. There's a referral code. This is a URL, so you can share it around the internet. And if someone uses your link, you get 10% of what they spend. If there is no referral, what we do is we add it into our token buyback mechanism. So 4% automatically always goes towards token buybacks and burns. If there's no referral, we add 10% into that. So it's 14% is getting bought and burn of the token. And then finally, 3% just goes to development and marketing so that we can keep growing this ecosystem, keep building more games, and also keep marketing and growing the whole project. So that's how Lucky works. That's the flagship game. There are a lot of people who've invested who are already in profit, which is really, really exciting and promising. I might have skipped over this detail, but every time a key is bought, this timer goes up by 30 seconds. So that's how the game continues for a very long time. You can see it's at 6 hours 25 now. For the sake of demonstration, I'm going to buy 20 keys because it's a very, very cheap cost to do so. Just keep in mind that timer at the top, 6:25:12. The page will auto refresh after the transaction's gone through, my transaction. So just wait for it to go through now. And that timer should go up. 20 keys times 30 seconds. It's going to be a couple minutes.
Okay. Thank you very
Transaction's
much.
gone through. There we go. It's gone up by 10 minutes. 20 keys is 10 minutes. All right. So that explains Lucky. It gives you a nice, easy sort of introduction to it. We also have a second game. We launched, like I said, this last Sunday. And that's called Mini Lucky. So here you can see Mini Lucky. The timer here is much lower. That's because this game is very similar to the flagship, but it's shorter. It's much more focused on winning as opposed to passive income. And this timer can only ever cap out at 4 hours. So gone are the days of 24-hour timers where you can safely sleep at night. The timer only maxes out at 4 hours. The pot is relatively small, but the ratio, the odds, the rate of return remains extremely high. So we've had winners in this game already. Like I said, we had someone who won a 1000x return. They spent 30 cents. They got a whole BNB back for it. So they spent 30 cents. They got $320 worth of BNB for winning. And yeah, it's very much the same concept, except the timer caps out at 4 hours. Keys still increase it by 30 seconds. That's a constant. The page has just refreshed. Someone's bought. So the timer went up a tiny bit, and the current round leader will have changed. But yeah, that gives you a little introduction to the two games that we have live and how effectively they're designed to support the token as well. If you work through the consequences of the way in which we've set this up, by the time the end game happens, because say 4% of 14, if there are no referrals, percent of the volume in our keys game goes towards token buybacks and burns, we'll actually have burnt over $1 million worth of our token. It's an extreme rate of token buybacks and burns as part of this game. And then to top it all off, when the game ends, not when the game ends, but when the round ends, 40% goes to the winner, 25% again goes to all the participants. So you earn a huge amount of passive income as the game is played, but then at the end, you also get a big lump sum of 25% of the pot. So in endgame, $6.5 million in the pot, 25% of that goes to the keys holders. 15% still goes to token holders as BUSD. 10% is used to make a new round pot. So if it's 6.5 million, the next game would start with 650,000 in the pot straight away. And then this is the most exciting thing for me. So 4% of that round ending pot goes towards buying our token and burning it. So if you do the math, when the pot's $6.5 million, we'll actually perform a buyback and burn of around $250,000. And that's a buyback and burn, a scale of a buyback and burn that's never been performed on the BSC chain. There's never been a six-figure buyback and burn of a token. So we would be the first one, and it's not just 100,000, it would be $250,000 of our token bought and then permanently deleted. So you can see how the game constantly supports the token, and then also if I run through the taxes and how the token's set up, that also supports the games. And that's why when you sort of bring all this together, we call it a perpetual passive income ecosystem. It's because there's constantly volume incentivized to take place within Mini Lucky and Lucky. And part of that volume goes towards buying our token, burning it, and rewarding our token holders too. Just bear with me, I have to sneeze, so pardon me, I'll pop myself on mute.
No problem.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying to go ahead with what you wanted to do.
Well,
you can continue your speech.
I think it's probably good to go.
Are you there? What do you say?
Sorry, I was on mute there. My apologies. Yeah, I think what I could do now is I could go into the token a bit more if you'd like and explain how that works. You're on mute yourself
Sure.
now.
Sure. Oh, sure you can.
Sure
So
thing.
I'm just.
Okay. So yeah, I think it's nice. I can show you this ecosystem chart that kind of presents to you and shows you diagrammatically what I've been talking about, where on the right, within this pink box, you've got the lucky game. On the left, you've got the lucky token inside the blue box. And you can see that when volume takes place within lucky, it could be a token buy or sell because this applies. It generates money used for keys buybacks that helps to provide dividends to our keys holders. Additionally, on the other side, when you have someone that performs a key buy and participates in the lottery to start earning their passive income that way, they pay previous keys holders, they add into the pot, they also then help buy our token and burn them permanently. And then something I've not dived into, which is when you're a lucky holder, a token holder, you're able to stake your lucky. You know, a lot of projects that you hear in AMAs or you see as calls, they launch something that's just a token and they put promises. They say, you know, please invest in our project, we'll build you a game, or please invest in our project, later we'll build staking, we'll build utility, these sorts of things. You know, we spent 9 months developing this already. We put in the hard work to ensure that there is a game, there is an ecosystem, there are utilities, there is staking, and there's a whole lot more. So I've not dived into, for example, our NFTs or our partnerships and staking boosts that you can acquire as well. So just going into the token a bit further. So our taxes currently are set up like this. So you've got 15% of the tax when you purchase or sell Lucky. 15% is the tax rate. We do intend on reducing this. So it's going to go down to 10% and then it's going to go down to 8%. We're very confident about reducing this tax rate as quickly as possible to ensure the continued growth, of course, of the entire ecosystem. That's how the taxes work. So when people perform these buys and sells, 5% right now, or it would be 5%. I can dive into this, but 5% goes to reflection, 3% development, 3% marketing, 2% to liquidity, and 2% towards buying keys, increasing the pots, and helping to reinforce this idea of the two systems holding one another up. There are asterisks here because we did hold a community vote, and the community decided that they wanted to reduce reflections to 1% from 5% and liquidity from 2% up to 6%. And that's a really important thing to do just early on in a project's life, is to make sure your LP to market cap ratio is extremely large. You want to make sure it's increased just for the safety of the project, to ensure the price floor of the project is constantly rising, and also to invite whales into the project as well. Now, that covers the fees and taxes of the system. I think it'd be quite good to talk to you how our staking works a little bit. So if you go to the main site, you head into our DApp section, you can already stake your Lucky. So within that demo account I mentioned earlier, I've got 4,090 Lucky currently staked, and it's earning a 72% APR whilst it's staked. So actually, yesterday I had about 8 Lucky to claim. Today I've got 16. And that's the rate of emissions taking place there. We've set up our staking such that the runway for the emissions, the 45% of our supply that's locked into our staking contract, it takes about approximately 3 years for it to be fully emitted. So that gives you an idea of the kinds of timescales that we're working to within this project. We're thinking about not a project that will be here for a couple of days or months. We want this to exist for years. And additionally, I want to just briefly explain to you how our NFTs and then also partnerships work. So there's something we've innovated within the space, and that is the idea of NFTs that have genuine utility. It's not something we're promising in the future. It's something we're bringing, and we already have in place today. The only thing that we haven't got today is an NFT, and the collection will be released soon. So when you buy a Lucky's Games NFT from one of our collections, we'll provide you a boost to your staking. So you can't see it here on this account because I don't have any staking boost at the moment. But if I were to buy an NFT on this account, I would have a 5% boost to my staking APR. So that gives you an idea of, our NFTs actually have a fundamental price, not just a speculative value, not this ambition of selling them later for more. It's the idea that they have a genuine use and they'll benefit you when you're a Lucky holder. In addition to that, we've actually used the same function and logic and innovation that we've developed and applied it towards our partnerships. So a lot of projects, they'll announce a partnership. It'll be with another token or project or another team. And it's not necessarily a partnership based on anything other than hype or just for the sake of an announcement. Whereas with us, what our partnerships are called are staking partnerships. So we have already got one staking partner that we have, and we have multiple others that we are prospecting and discussing and coming to an agreement on. They're very big projects. We're very excited to be announcing them, but not quite yet. They're not ready yet. We will share that information as we get to the relevant times. But effectively, the way the staking partnerships work is if you want to have a staking boost to increase your APR, all you'll have to do is purchase tokens in our staking partners ecosystem. We'll always make sure it's an accessible amount. We're not trying to make it inaccessible. And it's a two-way beneficial street because our holders will then go and invest within our partners. These partners will be people that we trust. We see their ambitions as similar to ours, their ethics as similar to ours, and their philosophy as similar to ours. And sorry, I have quite a dry throat, so bear with me.
Sorry.
That's all right. So with these staking partnerships, you go and acquire. I was saying it was mutually beneficial. So obviously, our community goes to theirs and invests in their projects, and they get a boost to their staking. But then also their community is made aware of us. They start looking into our ecosystem and learning about all of the passive income potential that our holders already have and are acquiring. So that's a really exciting thing about this project, is the fact we've developed NFTs with utility, and actually we've also got partnerships with utility too.
Quite,
I can just see. Oh, go ahead.
that's quite impressive because just like you said, there are a lot of projects out there that promises a lot of things. They just say they're gonna do a lot of things in the future, and at the end of the day they end up not doing so. And they also create the token holders to hold certain amounts of the tokens, and also NFTs, bring out lots of NFTs without any real life use case. But just
Mhm.
like all I'm seeing you showing right now, I must commend you because I can see some things to back up for the NFT holders, most especially for the keys holders, because everyone is going to be benefiting.
Exactly, exactly. So it's, it's how we work on this team is, and it's kind of, it's different to what people are used to. Uh, People are used to projects that exist for a day and they're gone the next, or projects that promise to build things in the future. Now, we do promise to build things in the future, but we've launched with a lot already built. We've spent 9 months building it. Um, the average, I've said this before, so the average lifespan of a BSC token is 2 days. That's it. They're they 10x in one day and they're dead the next day, and that's it. The owners, the developers, the quote unquote developers, they walk away. That's it. So people are just
That's
left having lost their money and invested into something that is just dust now. Whereas with us, we've already built all this utility. There's no empty promise. Everything is live. I'm pretty sure someone who's listening has actually just come into our Telegram and gone to our website and bought some Lucky, because this timer just went up massively, and you can see a bot within our Telegram that tells you when a key is bought. So someone listening in just went and bought 600 keys. It cost them 35. It cost them less than that. It cost them $34.52. So, that's how cheap it is to buy keys, to participate in this ecosystem. And now you're going to be constantly receiving passive income going forwards from all the people that participate in this game. So that's the power of the Lucky ecosystem. Should refresh the page because it's now 35.216.
Well, that's quite good. I'm also looking forward to doing so because earlier today when I jump into your group, your channel, I was like seeing a lot of buys, and I was also seeing small amounts of buys. I was like, why are people buying 0.05 of your token? I was so confused. For example, there's one to see your address, and you guys are having the person spent around 0.06. So I was like, why is this person using this certain amount of money to buy this token instead of using higher? So now you're giving
So
me a clear
so
definition.
they weren't buying the token. They were playing mini Lucky. That's what it was. So we have two bots in our channel. One is for token buys, and that's a GIF of like a dog digging for gold. And then you'll have seen a different GIF, which is a dog. It's a fat dog shaking side to side. That's probably the one you were talking about and referencing. So that's when
Okay.
that's mini Lucky competitors. They're fighting because they see this time low and they're sort of like, okay, I have to buy one key. I can do it now for you and just demo. So at the moment it's at 7 minutes. So I'm my wallet OXO2. Once this transaction has gone through, I'll be the round winner if the timer hits 0. So it's just refreshed. Oh, I think someone else has bought one at the same time as me. Typical. um, yeah, I can just see in the chat someone has. So what I'll do
I
is I'll
want,
buy 1.1.
sorry. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask, like, in a day, is there certain? Do you guys have and how am I gonna put it? Do you guys have an data of how many players you guys have a day?
So we have the internet statistics for the website. It's hard to know how many unique players there are because you're sort of getting hits per day. We can get unique IP addresses. So there's probably around about 150 people fighting for these pots. But then there's lots of people. There's sort of a group of people that are obviously looking at this every day. Because even though this pot right now is quite small, if we do the math, the pot is about $20, but then the cost to buy a key is less than 8 cents. So it's it's 8 cents for $20. You're still looking at that point 50x, if I'm not mistaken. Can do the math. 0.08. It's a 260x. My bad. I miscalculated that. So if you win this game, like I'm currently in the lead. If this gets down to 0, I get a 260x on my little investment there.
Wow,
But
that's quite
that's
amazing.
mini lucky. So it's like small pot, small odds, smaller gambles. The timer only can go up to 4 hours. Whereas lucky is you could win, for some people, a life-changing amount of money. And once we get to end game, no matter where you live in the world, there's a potential to win life-changing money. I was doing some of the calculations earlier to sort of share with people. So by the time that you're in the sort of 24 million keys, 25 million keys range, a key cost about $1, but the pot is around $6 million, right? So it's an extremely large pot at that point, but it's only 0.004 BNB to buy a key. So if you won the game, you would get a 2 million X return. That's like investing in Bitcoin in 2012. It's better than actually.
Wow, that's really marvelous. Like, it's quite impressive, man.
Well,
I'm just kind of waiting for the countdown. I'm just seeing it. Countdown just went up again. It seemed like someone else purchased the game.
yeah. So someone's just bought 11 keys, and that's why the timer's going up. So it's people are constantly battling to be in front, to be the current round winner. But then also there are people who they don't care about winning. They just want to get some keys because they know this game is likely to go on for a very long time. So they're going to get profit from that anyway. And
So
the coolest thing about all of this is, we started these games. We can't stop them. These are literally infinite games because they're ran by smart contracts, and we can't stop them. There's no function for it. Everything has been audited, so you're more than welcome to please double check that. Make sure that what I'm saying is true, everything is safe, and that these auditors, who are Pink Sale partners, have confirmed everything I'm saying. But yeah, the games are launched. That's it. They're live forever now. Until the BSC chain stops, the games will go on. There's nothing we can do to stop them. There's nothing we can do to take the money out the pot. The pot is the money is stuck there. The only way that it comes out is if someone wins. That's it. So it's that's really cool that we can sort of just say, well, we've launched the game. We've spent 9 months developing it. We've launched it, and now I can, Lord forbid, but I could go to the hospital. I could be sick. I could need to go away for some time because life hits you in certain ways. But the game will carry on. It's not like I'm the one who's keeping it going. It keeps itself going. And that's all of these economic incentives. It's the fact that people are making money when they're participating in it. And it's the fact that if you were to win it right now, it's 35.217, which is in the pot. You'd win 40% of it, so 14 BNB, and it costs you 0.000182 BNB to buy that key. I've done the math, it's a 78,000x right now. So why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you take that chance? It just cost you 7 cents. So, it doesn't really matter where in the world you are. You could be in India, China, America, the UK, anywhere in the world, and it's an accessible game that people could win life-changing amounts of money in. Now, I know we've gone through the games. I've gone through and explained how the token works. I think it'd be quite helpful. I've gone through staking and NFTs and the partnerships as well. I think it would be good to talk about the future. So, where do we see this going in the future? So
yeah,
I think some people, I think they would imagine, what we've built is enough, but that's not what we think. What we want to do is build more games, more Web3 smart contract games, ones that are completely out of our control once we launch them, that are there to generate passive income for the participants, to support the token and ensure it constantly has burn mechanisms going forwards forever. And then also ones that are just fun. Like, people love playing our games. It's, you come to our chat and you sort of see people talking about, this timer's down at 124, and I'm actually still currently the leader right now. So that's pretty exciting. I might win live on an AMA, or someone could steal the pot from under me. So that frequently happens. But, you know, we're not stopping at 2 games. We're going to keep building more and more, implementing further. We've had lots of ideas from our community, which is really, you know, promising and exciting. And we're working on building more. Like I say, we launched this last Sunday. So within 2 weeks, we launched our second game. Just gives you an idea of, you know, we haven't forgotten this. We're not one of those developers or teams that they launch something with promises and then they don't fulfill them. We're fulfilling them. We're delivering. I've just seen from our Telegram someone's bought a key, so I'm not the winner anymore. So I'm just going to make sure I'm
Just
back in the lead.
looking at it as well. Well, I can tell you the game is kind of fun because you might be thinking you might end up winning the one winning, and someone might just take your dreams away.
Yeah, exactly. People are getting frustrated, but they're also excited. It's kind of, you know, in mini lucky we've had multiple winners, but it's for relatively small amounts of money. So people are sort of jovial, and when they don't win, they're like, I thought I won it, or I was almost going to win that one. Whereas
I
with
have a
lucky, it's life-changing money already. Go
Awesome.
ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Does the amount of luckies I hold determine my winning rate?
So it's nothing to do with the amount of keys you have. You know, some people are going to play this game and just buy very, very, you know, they're going to buy 1 key at a time. Those people want to win. Then there's people who are going to buy lots of keys. You know, they're going to go into lucky and they're going to buy 10,000 keys. That's 1.8 beans. But what they're doing is they're taking a gamble that this game will carry on for a very long time, such that they earn back their initial investment. And a lot of people already have started to earn back their investments. So that's promising to see. That's really exciting. And it proves that playing that way is a perfectly valid strategy. But yeah, there's various different ways you could play this. And then also, you don't have to play the game. Like I said, you could grab your referral code here. You can share it. You could start posting around in different telegrams that you know. And then if someone buys through your referral link, you get 10% of what they spend. So there are people who have 0 keys, but they have unclaimed reflections. They don't. Some people, they might not even have crypto. So we could legitimately be the first bit of crypto that they ever receive. I can see someone's just bought another mini lucky key, so I'm not in the lead anymore. I need to make sure I am.
Yeah, I noticed again. So let's move on. Let's move on. So let's touch on because the game is quite like I don't know how to put it. Okay, so let's talk on the marketing aspects, and maybe we can get some questions because a lot of people have been asking, raising their hands up and taking it down. We think it's time to ask questions. So I wanted to ask, in terms of marketing, how do you guys plan to showcase, take this project to the next level, most especially the game aspect?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to go into it. So with the game, you know, like I say, in the future is we'll keep releasing more and more games. Additionally, we do want to go multi-chain with this. So we're on BSC right now, but in the future, we actually want to launch on Ethereum. Whether we're on the main net or we're on an L2, that's a question still to be answered, but we do want to go multi-chain. Additionally, you know, it's not just about us releasing games because there's a limit to how many we can make. But what we realize is with this ecosystem, we're building a platform. And if there are Web3 developers, games developers out there who have a really novel idea, a very cool idea, they'd be more than welcome to come to us and use our platform to release their game. So They might be a very small unknown person, but they have a great idea. There's actually someone who has DM'd, and I've spoken with them, and they shared their code with me, which is very, it's a bit too honest, almost, to share your code. But anyway, they shared that, and I've told them, like, if you want, we could release your game for you. You'll still receive the revenue that it generates, but what we would do is we'd make sure that there's a small portion put towards supporting our token, towards supporting our games, and also just towards passive income, just general passive income towards the members who participate in our ecosystem. So that's one other thing in the future is, we could potentially be a publisher. And that's why we see the ambition, as it were, of this project is that we could have a project that's worth $100 million to $1 billion because we're the Bethesda or, the Sony and Microsoft of Web3 gaming, where we're supporting different developers and game developers. It's really exciting. To focus more on the marketing, because I know you specifically said marketing. So I'm very grateful for the team that we have on marketing. They are professionals that have owned their own projects in the crypto space. And they, in fact, have launched projects that have gone 100x. They've launched projects that have gone 1000x. These people know exactly what they're doing when it comes to marketing. They have extremely it's sort of shocking connections with who they know, because constantly I'll be asking them, could we maybe set up an AMA in this space? And they're like, yeah, okay, I've already DM'd them. They're okay with it. We just need to, here's the amount. And then, of course, they're able to organize discounts and whatnot because, well, they know these people and their history. So if they say this is a solid team, it's a reliable and professional team, well, they're going to want to have us come and talk to them. We aren't just doing AMAs, though, and Telegram talks. There's also Twitter campaigns. We're speaking with influencers on all of the social platforms. In addition to that, we, as of tonight, will hopefully be launching our massive airdrop giveaway campaign. So it's a campaign where we'll be giving away over $1,000 as part of it. And when that campaign has finished, we're hoping that it's actually going to have resulted in our token holders figure rising by over 1,000. In addition to that, it will have brought thousands of people into our Telegram, into our community, and also as followers of our Twitter, our YouTube, all of these different social spaces. And then not to forget as well, we have set aside a certain portion of our supply for centralized exchange listing. So this is currently in a locker. It's locked. It can't be sold. It can't be interacted with, and it's not earning dividends. But once it does unlock, we have been in discussions with centralized exchanges to find a good partner for us to list on. And we're not just looking for a listing that will be about hype or for the sake of an announcement. It's so that we can find a partner, someone that will market us to their users.
Are you there? I think we lost him. Can you guys hear me? Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Okay. I see. I'm gonna get you muted. I think we lost you. You're muted.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I think we lost
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I think you did. I'm sorry about that. It's spontaneously bad internet randomly. Can't rely on it, but there we are. So anyway, I'm back in the room. Where did I cut out just so I could carry on the thought?
Talking about on the marketing aspect.
Okay, but which specific part? Because there was a lot that I was talking about. We had the airdrop giveaway, the team that were behind it, who are experienced. Where exactly did I cut out?
I guess we were talking about the airdrop aspect, and we're talking about the amount of users that will be coming in the future. Because
Right,
I
okay.
also immediately after you did.
Okay, okay. Well, the next thing I was talking about was the fact that we are in discussions with centralized exchanges to have our token listed on them. But we're not just looking for a listing for the sake of hype or excitement. What we're interested in is a centralized exchange that will partner with us, that will help market our project to their users, one that will have millions of users ready to look at our project, see it, and invest into it. Um, like with everything with our projects, we're not just about hype. We're not just about announcements for the sake of announcements. We want to make sure that everything has an underlying utility or usefulness, something that is a value add into the system. So a centralized exchange listing is another thing, and it's a form of marketing because, like I say, we want to work with an exchange that will market our products, our project to the users of that platform, and that will be millions of people on that exchange. I think, yeah, that's where I cut out. So feel free to quiz.
Okay, thank you very much. So I don't know if you're ready to get some questions from the community because I see a lot of hands raised. And on the giveaways aspect, I was wondering if we could do some.
Oh, he's cut out for me. You've gone on to mute, Victor, I believe.
Sorry, I was wondering if we could do a special giveaway after the questions. But let's get the question first. I'm gonna be like doing like a quiz. It's gonna be based on your on the game aspect. Anyone, believe me, I don't know what's wrong with Telegram this night. So, like I was
Mm.
saying, anyone who gets the question wins that lucky prize. So let's get questions from the community right now. I see a lot of hands raised. Let's start with Bigfoot. Bigfoot, please ask a question and make sure your questions are related to the program.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, okay. Thanks for giving me the opportunity, Victor. Thanks very much. I just want to know
I
because I
can't hear them. I don't know if
can
that's
you
on
hear
my
me now?
end.
I can hear him. Can you speak louder on Bigfoot? Speak louder, please.
Okay, okay, okay. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear him?
I can't. No, it's not coming through for me, but I can hear you, Victor.
Okay, can
Okay,
you hear me now? Victor, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but M say he can't. Just type your message question in the chat. We can get that later. Let's get a question from
Okay,
Favor. Favor Shelley, you can ask your question. Favor Shelley, you can just click the unmute button and ask a question. Okay, let's move on. Let's get a question from Precious. Precious, you're allowed to speak.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Favor Shirley.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Oh,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I can
Precious
hear.
as well, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So
Okay,
I want
Precious, you're speaking. Who is speaking?
this is Precious, Precious.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My question is, how many keys, how many lucky keys does one need to stake and play the lucky games?
Okay, so in order to play the game, the lucky game, you don't need to stake anything. You can buy keys, and that's perfectly fine. So, you could go ahead and buy one key. It costs you 0.000182 BNB. There's no limits or requirements there. If we are in the first hour of a round, you do need some tokens. That's just 300 lucky is what you'd need in order to be able to participate, and that applies within mini lucky as well. But the token and the keys are very distinct and different things. When you buy keys, you're participating. You can see someone's won. The timer's back at 4 hours. I've not got any keys anymore. That's lame. I missed it. I was busy doing an AMA. I could have won that.
No
Okay,
problem.
but to answer the question, the token is one thing, and you can buy and trade it. Here's the chart for our project, by the way. So we're currently at $280,000 market cap, and you can see we absolutely just ascended post-launch. And then around about this point, we stopped doing marketing. We stopped doing AMAs. We stopped paying for calls. We stopped doing these things. And the reason for that is we knew that there were people here who they didn't believe in the vision. They didn't believe in the project and the future of it. And so we wanted to ensure that they sold now rather than later. It doesn't matter, if the project's the greatest thing on earth, some people are going to sell within the first day or two. That's just how some people operate, and we're aware of that. So the higher the chart climbs, and if the chart climbs extremely quickly, those people are going to sell no matter what. So the higher it climbs, the more likely it is to fall massively when those people sell, if you allow it to climb extremely quickly. So we've stopped marketing for quite a long time to shake out and remove people who don't believe in the long-term vision. However, what we've now started is marketing again. Well, we started pushing the project. We want to teach more people about the ecosystem, to start talking to new investors and sharing Lucky's games. So you can see what we're doing now is we're starting to climb back up. And all of these people who sort of sold on the way down, they're going to end up regretting their decision, but ultimately every investor is welcome to make their own decision. Hope that answers your question, Precious. Thanks for asking it.
Yes, thank you very much. Well understood.
You're welcome. Have a good day, dear.
Thank you very much, Precious, for that beautiful question. Let's get a question from Favor Shelley. I guess she's good to go right now. Favor Shelley, you can get yourself muted and ask a question, please. Oh, we're gonna move on. Okay, let's move on. Let's get a question from Big Mommy. Okay, you can speak. I'll take.
I can also see a question in the text from Bigfoot Fam. I think it's what he was trying to say earlier. So I can answer that one just briefly and quickly because I can see it there. So his question is, I heard you say that if someone referred another person that he's going to earn, he's asking, if you refer someone, who benefits from it? So the answer to that question, Bigfoot Fam, is you're the one that would benefit if you refer other people. So you can go to the website. You can see me on the share screen now. Here's Lucky. You can grab your referral link. So say you shared it with someone else, with Precious, who just spoke with us. And if Precious invested into the project, you'd get 10% of what Precious invested into Lucky. That's how you would get rewarded for sharing your referral link. Sorry, I can't remember who the other person was, but you're more than welcome to now ask your question as well, just in the voice chat there.
Thank you so much, Ian. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Loud and clear, buddy. You sound very good, yeah.
Thank you so much. A very good evening to you all, and thank you, Victor, for the meeting. Right, you were giving your presentation. I and Victor were kind of like talking on DM, and he was mentioning some key features about the project, and it was really lovely. We are actually partnering with him, and I would say it's a really great AMA. You've been hosting really, you've been really great. I'll tell you that you've been great. But then I wanted to just kind of like give out an idea, kind of like on the staking aspect and on the NFTs aspect also. So while going through the website, I kind of noticed that you state that the NFTs have a unique feature. They have a great utility that will be used not just for the game and stuff like that. So it got me thinking, for the staking, would you be integrating the NFTs to act in the staking like a ticket? Say I stake about, let's say, $100 worth of your token, I stake about $100 worth of a token, and it's supposed to be like locked for, let's say, 6 months, per se 6 months. Then to confirm that these NFTs have been staked, I get like an NFT. So this NFT kind of serves like a ticket, So at the end of the staking period, at the end of the investment period, the that NFT kind of sounds like a ticket, so I can be able to kind of like open up or verify that I am the real owner of that token that was being staked. And then failure to kind of like present that NFT, the staked tokens get burned or pushed into liquidity.
Yeah, so just there's a few things to unpack with the question. So just first of all, because you said time locked sort of staking, just a heads up, our staking doesn't have any time locks. So there's 4,090 locked on this account, 4,090 lucky locked here. I can unstake it whenever I like. You know, there's no limits. So we don't force you to lock it for a month or 6 months or a year. I know a lot of projects will do that. And I've personally lost a lot of money from projects that have done that. And it hurts. It's not good. So with ours, you're more than welcome to stake and unstake whenever you like. That's entirely up to the investor and the participant. And second, with our NFTs, there is already utility. So when you purchase one of our NFTs, let's assume this account had an NFT. This number here where it says 0 would say 5. So my APR would actually be more than 72%. It would be 72%, and then it would have a 5% boost applied to it. So that's how our NFTs work. We don't have NFT staking, which is, I know that's something that other projects have done, and it's sort of a different type of utility. It's kind of working along the lines of what you were explaining there. It's something we could develop in the future. It's something we could look into and investigate and implement and integrate. However, our top priority right now is very much more focused on just releasing those NFTs, get them out the door, rather than thinking about additional utilities for them. And also, we really want to get a third game out, as well as pushing the marketing side of things and our largest giveaway. And there's a lot of discussions to be had with centralized exchanges, other tokens that we can partner with, and all these sorts of things. So it's a really good suggestion. I appreciate you sharing it. And we're very open to suggestions. There's lots of suggestions that have been asked in our chat. So for example, the other day, someone asked, is it possible to get the timer to show up in the top, up here in the tab? And the answer is yes. And we implemented it within a few hours. So you don't need to be on the page. You can see the timer for Mini Lucky now. It's up here in my tab heading. So that's one thing. And also someone asked, could you make it so the page auto refreshes? It does auto refresh. It's every 60 seconds this page will refresh, just so that this key cost stays up to date, or at least relatively up to date. And so the timer is sort of on track as to where it actually is. All of those things. So yeah, thank you very much for the suggestion. It's a really good one, and I'll take it away and we'll discuss it in the team.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's really good. It's when I was discussing with Victor on DM earlier, I was trying to kind of like explain things more for him, but I say he didn't really get my point at that point. But now I think it might have been clarified now, and I'm also clarified. And just to point out, the NFTs, it's not a must that they might be up for staking. Like some projects, like you mentioned, like some projects do, they kind of like mint a kind of different kind of NFTs, and that NFT could be used for this purpose. So basically, when you click on the sections of the NFTs, you might not see that particular type of NFT, or might not be part of the main character NFT which they kind of like have. But once staking kind of like is ongoing, then that the investor kind of like can receive that NFT like a ticket. I don't know if maybe you could like add it, or add this also, this suggestion also later on. Maybe I want to kind of like on stake, and I feel that maybe the NFT I'm using I kind of like it. I kind of like that ticket. I kind of like that kind of NFT. I love it. Let's say the NFT is let's say the picture, this picture of Floki that is showing on your screen, and let's say that's the NFT, for example. And I kind of like the NFT. Is it possible that I could kind of like pay a certain amount of fee? Let's say I'm supposed to collect back $100. I might, let's say 10% or 20% is kind of like removed because I decide to like I click on that feature. Um, it's just like you could just add it like maybe you might have seen, maybe when you open up a Google account, it might ask you, do you want a safe password, stuff like that, so you could just
Do
like
you
add
mind if
that
I
feature.
just jump in there, Aviator?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a really good suggestion, and what I might say to you is, do you mind coming into our community and we could discuss it later? We're more than happy to sort of listen to investors' ideas and participants' ideas. Lots of interesting games, utilities, and ideas have been shared already. So that's it's really interesting hearing what you're saying. But just in the interest of time right now, I think it would be
I'm
nice if we
sorry.
get a question from another member, and then I think I
Yeah,
probably
I'm
have to
really
get going
sorry.
as well. Just out of I have another AMA as well later this evening. So um,
Sorry, I
Victor, if
already
you want, we could do another question. That'd be good. No need to apologize, by the way. It's all right.
I already muted him. Thank you very much for your question. So I'm just gonna get one or two more persons to ask the questions. Let's see. Anna P, you can ask your question. Anna, you can ask a question. Just mute the microphone and ask the question. Okay, let's move on. Let's get a question from Isaac Eyes. I think that will be the last. Isaac Eyes, you can speak.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. So, I've been paying attention to the entire presentation, and I must say that your ecosystem as well as what you have for the space is really amazing. But I found interest in the referral program. So I just want to know, will it be a once time referral, or will it be a consistent referral program whereby, and I mean consistent, like a by metric system, whereby I refer two persons and they end up keep getting persons under me, and I keep getting reward from them, like a pyramid.
So there is no pyramid to it. It's just a direct thing. So if you referred someone, you would get 10% of their purchase. It would apply to all of their future purchases, though. So, just by way of example, Isaac, if you sent me your referral codes, I bought 1 BNB of keys in the keys game, you'd get 0.1 BNB. And then if I went to the website, I pressed play, and it doesn't have your URL up here, but then I bought 1 BNB again, you'd get another 0.1. So that referral would still apply from my account to yours. It would only be if I was referred by someone else that would change. But yeah, there's no pyramid design to it, so you wouldn't get referrals from other people referring who've referred other people. It doesn't work that way. It's just a direct referral.
Okay, that's fair enough. Thank you very much. That's just my time.
Yeah, no worries at all. And we actually
Right.
have, it was a really smart question from someone. So they had no crypto and they asked this question, can I play the game? Can I make money? And the answer is yes. You don't have to have any money at all. You could literally all you have to have is a crypto wallet, one of these wallets that you connect to the website. So you go to the top right, it'll say connect wallet, connect your wallet, and then you've got a referral code. So if anyone buys from your referral code, then your unclaimed referrals start showing up here where I've highlighted, and then you'd just be able to claim them. You would require a tiny bit of BNB to be able to claim them, because obviously this costs gas. But all you need to get is 0.003 BNB to be able to claim any of your rewards, as it were. So yeah, it's a good question. There is no sort of secondary referrals that comes with it, but yeah, there you are.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to do a giveaway whereby I want to ask a question, and whoever gets the question will be getting some some giveaway. Will be partaking the giveaway. So okay, Charlie's already here. Charlie will be also be doing giveaways also for his community, for his project as well. So just give me a minute. I want to ask a question. And once I ask the question, um um we're gonna be doing the giveaways this kind of way. Just give me a minute. So we'll be asking the question on the VCR. So everyone just go to you can join the Lucky's game channel right now. I want you to, everyone to join the channel because that's where I'll be asking the question from. If you shout quick enough, you can get the answer. And also don't forget to join the Island channel as well. Please everyone jump into the channel and join the Lucky's Games channel. I'm gonna be asking a question right now. So I'm gonna be taking 2 minutes, then I'll ask the question. The first person to get the question, the first two persons will be getting the giveaways. I guess I'm good to go. So I want to know what is the price floor for each of the keys? What is the price floor? Just like I'm already made mention of, you have already seen here, shown you guys, or shown everyone. So I want what's the price floor is for each of the keys. Fast finger. What's the price floor for each key? You can go to the group right now. You can check it right. You can check out what the buy is coming in, the players. What's the price floor for each key?
I think people are posting within the Lucky's Games channel. Do you mean within the comments for the VC? Is that where you're expecting answers?
Oh, they're already posting it right there. Okay, I'm gonna join in, hop in there right now.
I think they're not sure what the question is because a few people have put 1 BNB, which you don't need to spend a bean to play the game. Someone Precious has put 0.001, which is pretty close to the cost of a key right now, but it's less than that. When you say price flow, I assume you were referring to things like this. What happens with
One. I'm not
a
about
key?
one. How much does it cost to buy one one
Okay.
key? So I'm gonna be taking my time. I'm gonna be waiting. If no one gets the answer, will leave right away because he said he wants to join an AMA very soon. So I won't love to waste his time.
Well, William CJ has put the closest answer so far.
Yeah. I just want to get two persons, so maybe I'll be doing some giveaways. But I want you to go up to the some of the players which I've bought before. Look at the price they bought each key, then you will know what I'm talking about.
Guys, you're not supposed to be posting it in the Lucky's Games Telegram.
Yeah,
It's within
post it
the
in the
comment section.
comment section of our channel. The post the AMA announcement. You can just post it right away. Post your answers right there. Well, I guess no one got the answer.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
because
did.
they've all gone to our Telegram to post it as opposed to where they're supposed to. So I've sent them a link to the place where they're supposed to. William
Didn't.
CJ's gone for a very tiny number. I mean, the cost is in front of you. It's on the screen.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll highlight it for you, and someone will put that number in.
It has even increased, so I won't mention it. But the price has increased. I just noticed.
Okay, so Ayad has posted it, but he's posted it in the Lucky's Games Telegram, not within the comment section of the post.
Did he post it in BNB or in dollars?
I posted it in BNB, which that's fine. It's that's the number that's in front of them right now on my screen.
Awesome. So are we gonna be choosing her as the winner?
Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll do Ayad Zara as the winner.
Okay. I'll also be doing some more giveaways. Maybe when you're gone, because you said you want to join in other AMAs. I want to do one more giveaway. So everyone who does that now is gonna partake from the giveaways. So thank you very much for coming around. I really do appreciate. Thanks for sharing this awesome project with us. I don't know if you can leave out with some final words for everyone who has been listening so far.
I don't think there's too much to summarize. I've been through everything very well. I think I've overstayed my welcome. My partner wants me to go hang out with her for a bit. But yeah, I think I'll summarize by saying, with Lucky's Games, what you have is a professional team. So we're not people who have false promises. We're not people that you could invest in hoping that we'll build something. We've already built it. We already spent 9 months developing it, building this whole ecosystem for you. And if you participate in it, you're going to start earning money today. We've developed this system so it will go on for weeks, months, and then years. That's how we've designed this system. We want it to continue for years upon years from now. We have 2 games, Lucky, which you can participate in. It's extremely cheap to participate in, and you can also use your referral code to start earning money if you're advertising it for us. Please feel free to share it, post about it in other channels, post it in comment sections of other calls channels, wherever you'd like to. There are people who are going to build advertising campaigns for us, and when people click the link for that advert, it takes them to this page, and they're the ones who'll be earning the referral. But yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. It's been a pleasure being here, so thank you everyone for listening in. I hope you have a lovely evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
Take care. I'm gonna send you the winner on the AMA recording.
Sure thing. All right. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
You have a good evening. Bye-bye.
And you too. Charlie, how you doing? Are you there?
Yeah,
Charlie?
I'm from mobile phone, so it can be hard. As I wrote on the channel on the post, just provide us the list of with the addresses, and we will drop the early access passes for the questions from our AMA. But also, when somebody would like to try our game, you can also send your address to Victor or to me, and we will add you 1 early access pass as the giveaway.
Person who sends me the DM with the address, first 5 persons sending me a DM, I'm gonna be taking them. I'm sending it over to Charlie. So I think that's what we're gonna be drawing the curtain for today. But if you're interested in the early access, the pass for the game, just send me a DM with your address. I'm gonna be forwarding it over to Charlie. Well, thank you everyone who's tuned in for today's AMA. So stay tuned for tomorrow. We got 2 AMAs coming in. So have a nice day and enjoying the rest of your day. Thanks everyone. Thanks Charlie for coming around. I really do appreciate it. And also my regards to was it Chara? I've forgotten her name. I'm very sorry. My regards
Yeah,
to her.
she's Shara, but she's sleeping.
Oh,
She has night right now.
okay. Take care, man. Thank you very much.
Sorry,
And
I have also leave because it's late here. So
take
greetings
care.
for everyone and have a good night. See you maybe soon. Bye bye.
Bye.